Mrutyunjay Mahapatra, who's Managing Director and CEO of Syndicate Bank. Mrutyunjay, good to have you on the show. What is the next tranche of PSU Bank recap? How much has Syndicate Bank received in this tranche? And what would that do for your capital ratios?
Well, this round of capital infusion by the government has been to the extent of, as you know, 28,609 crores. Of that, we received 1,632 crores. And with this, our capital adequacy ratio will go up by nearly 1.2%.
At helping better performing banks under PCA to come out of the category. What is your own timeline for the same, and do you think the select PSU banks, if come out of PCA, will be able to perform better?
See, we are not in PCA, and if you see the amount of capital infused to my bank has been the lowest amongst all the other banks who have got. But given the design principles that government has adopted, which is that the minimum regulatory capital will be provided by the government and the government support will be exhibited, and going forward I think the growth capital should be generated out of managing the risk weighted assets as well as NPA recovery. I think that is visible from this round of capital infusion, and as you rightly predicted, many of these PCA banks, I think they have been given adequate support, and we should see that they are nearing exit from the PCA framework.
Right. Mr. Mahapatra, the other big news impacting the sector has been around the farm loan waivers. Can you talk about the status of the farm loan waiver in the country right now, and how much outgo would you see personally?
See, farm loan waivers are being announced after the elections. Three of the newly elected governments and some of the governments which were already in place, like Assam, have also announced in one form or the other farm loan waiver. In Karnataka, farm loan waiver was also announced a little before the elections were to be held in the last round, and we are seeing that we will be impacted to the extent of around 25% of the aggregate outstanding in the sector. Also, we are expecting that unapplied interest in NPA accounts is likely to be the sacrifice that will be requested by the state governments. But all the state governments, depending on the extent of NPA and depending on the crop loan, because these are not being extended to other loans like equipment finance or the long-term loans, it is only being extended to crop loans and Kisan credit card and all. So I believe that going forward these will be extensively discussed, and the amount of sacrifice that is to be given state-wise will be determined through the respective state level bankers committee.
Okay. What about the ongoing recovery process in the country via NCLT? How much is Syndicate Bank expecting from the settlements which have already happened in 2018 and which are likely to kick in 2019?
See, the first round of NCLT recoveries happened early in the financial year of 2018-19. During the last 2 quarters, the progress because of various appeal processes and interpretations that are required from the Supreme Court of India, those were taking place. Now many of these have come to some kind of a settlement, and we are expecting that the last quarter we will see greater recoveries. As far as Syndicate Bank recoveries are concerned, we recovered around 500 to 600 crores during the last round of NCLT decisions in the 2 accounts. There are 3 or 4 large accounts which are scheduled for final resolution and payoff by the new bidders in the last quarter. If all goes well, we expect to recover between 750 to 800 crores.
Okay, fair enough. What is your own expectation in terms of the environment that we are stepping into the new year with? Do you think that the worst of the bad loan situation is behind us?
I believe that the worst of the bad loan situation in corporate loans is definitely behind us. There are some new sectors like the agriculture sector which are coming in, but those sectors I strongly believe will not be having the size that the corporate sector had. So net there will be large recoveries from NCLT, and all the banks in the banking sector are stepping up recovery mechanism, including through SARFAESI, DRT, etc. So recoveries because of these stepped up efforts are likely to be definitely better in the last quarter, because traditionally if you look at the patterns of recovery in the 4 quarters of a year, last 2 quarters generally see an uptick as compared to the first 2 quarters. So I believe that this will also add to the recovery scenario, in addition to the NCLT recoveries that has kind of got pushed to the last quarter.
Okay. And how do you foresee the credit environment panning out in terms of overall credit offtake?
See, the overall credit offtake as of now, we are seeing that the NBFC as a sector is stabilizing. The commercial paper rollout, which was being looked at as a liquidity kind of an event, is probably being supported through the liquidity windows that has been opened by RBI, also through the various pool buyout program by the leading banks of the country, and the support, even though at a little higher rate of interest, to the NBFC sector. We are also seeing that some leading industries like cement, like the road construction sector, we are seeing proposals in those. So hopefully in the coming days we will see more proposals, and the credit offtake will be coming back on track.
Leave it at that, sir. Thanks very much for taking out the time to speak with us. We wish you and your team a very happy and prosperous 2019.
Same to you. Wishing you a happy new year to you and your viewers. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.